Okay, so I saw a photograph with Ant Middleton, Eric Prince of Blackwater, or Academy Constellis Frontier Services Group, whatever name he's given his latest company, and Nigel Farage, possibly at a Trump inauguration or something to do with Trump. Now, we know AI is lying to us, right? It's hiding search results. And here it says, the search results do not indicate any direct association. No direct association. Now, it's all in the words, right? So obviously, Ant Middleton is a TV personality, ex-SBS. There's Eric Prince. So, Ant Middleton left the services, the forces, after 13 years, which is exactly the same amount of time as I spent in the forces myself. So I'm not going to call him out on anything. I'd be a massive hypocrite if I did that, right? But if you are the best of the best of the best, which is the Special Boat Service, why would you leave? Now, he would have spent a few years in the regular army or Marines, whatever, before applying to join the SBS, then doing his training and then being deployed and stuff like that. So he would have spent only a few years in the SBS itself. Now, if you're the best of the best of the best, and you know, an elite force, bear that word in mind, elite, okay? Now, you would serve your full 22 years or longer, without a shadow of a doubt. For pension and all that, you'd attain the highest rank you possibly could for the biggest pension you could possibly get, and you wouldn't leave, right? I had my reasons for leaving and I had my reasons for rejoining, but you just wouldn't leave. You do the full 22, especially if it's in one hit and you haven't re-enlisted or whatever. So that's a red flag to me. He may have had reasons for doing so. I'm sure he did. But then maybe you become an author, and we all know that none of these publishers publish any works by anyone that isn't part of the cabal. Your J.K. Rowling's, people like that, with her origins story of writing Harry Potter or whatever it was on napkins. Complete crock of rubbish, that is. Complete origin story. They put these origin stories in there to give these people plausibility. A lot of the writers are actually, their books are written by ghostwriters. They're written for them, and they're the public face of, to get the publicity, to get their name a high profile. Jeff Bezos being another great example, the founder of Amazon, his rags to riches origin story. He owned a bookstore, blah, 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 blah. Complete rubbish. Jeff Bezos's grandfather, I think it was he worked at DARPA, the Defense Research Agency in America, military. And they invented the Advanced Research Project network, the ARPANET, which was the internet. Jeff Bezos' grandfather invented the actual internet for the military. And then obviously this Tim Berners-Lee or Tim Berners-Shaw, whatever his name is, was selected to be given the origin story of he invented the internet. He didn't. Jeff Bezos' grandfather did. All right, so I'm kind of explaining, so if Ant has written some books, highly unlikely that he actually wrote them books himself. And again, it was to give him profile. And then obviously celebrity, SAS, who dares wins, whatever. TV celebrity, we know that a lot of these celebrities, hence Leonardo DiCaprio, George Clooney, doing speeches at the WEF, things like that. They are CIA. Yes, they're actors, but yes, they are CIA assets. Okay, so I've seen photos of Ant Middleton with Eric Prince. There may be nothing more in that. They may have just been talking because they're both ex-forces, that sort of thing. Okay, it means nothing. But Eric Prince, I don't know. I mean, I worked for a company, an offshoot of Blackwater myself. So does that mean I'm a bad one? if I'd have continued down that path, maybe I would have became a bad one. Who knows? But you know, these are all little red flags that, you know, little Easter eggs. So, and I've lost my other page now. But, you know, if we look at this, okay, he's been removed as a Prince's Trust ambassador. You know, this is distancing him from the king. They don't want any connection there to be made. But there is a connection, as you can see here. Is there still a connection? Is the king being controlled by security services? I would, well, we'll leave it there, won't we? Then we look at the September the 13th event, the rally, the Tommy Robinson thing. September the 13th, 1776 was a significant date in the American calendar. I can't get the page up to show you, but it is. I've Googled it. Now, if you look at 1776 and the, you know, the gematria, whatever, 1 from 7 is 6, 6, 6. That's a 666 date. So you've got a Robinson rally on a special day, a 666 day, with Ant Middleton, who's going to steer the crowd. You know, my question is, did he leave the intelligence services? I'm going to now look at, let's just do this. What is the relationship between the Special Boat Service and UK intelligence services? Right, so the SAS, well, Special Boat Service, similar thing. To qualify, they well, here you go. The SBS and SAS personnel must have served 5 years. So he only did a maximum of 7 years in the SBS after training. And then security vetted by MI6. And they have an induction with MI6. And as I demonstrated the other day, MI6 is comes under the Home Office, and so does the SAS and the SBS. And the Home Office are the people that are bringing the migrants into the country. So there's a direct link there between the SBS, MI6 and the Home Office that are bringing them into the country. And this is interesting because this just popped up. I haven't even seen this before. Now, E Squadron. There's a special forces unit tasked with conducting covert operations, i.e. hidden, secret. Paramilitary operations. Ooh, maybe he's going to create a paramilitary force to fight against the migrants. And he's going to be the leader of the E Squadron cell that's steering them. Ooh, this gets deeper, doesn't it? Oh, and it comes under Director of Special Forces, the Chief of the SIS. And they're selected from UKSF, Defence Intelligence. Unconventional warfare, i.e. psychological warfare. This gets deeper than just Ant Middleton. Now, you know, there are a lot of coincidences here, and I would suggest there's way too many just to be coincidences. 1 or 2 or 3, yeah, fine, but 10? No. They work alongside the CIA. Maybe this was why he was speaking to Eric Prince and Nigel Farage. And Nigel Farage's wet dream of a digital ID system for Peter Thiel. Is Farage taking funding directly from Peter Thiel of Palantir? These people are all wrong uns, every one of them. And yes, I am starting to call him out now because I'm starting to get, my little spidey senses are starting to get a little bit angrier every time I see an article pop up. So the salary of an SBS guy, 38 grand. Right? 38 grand. I've earned more than that myself in Civvy Street. Well, a lot more than that on occasion. Would you be maybe given a Faustian bargain, a Faustian deal? Do this for us. You can pretend you're a civilian, but you're not really a civilian. And you'll get £1 million through book deals and TV appearances. It's all up for question, isn't it? All of it. I repeat, I would not go to that Tommy Robinson rally unless you paid me, even if you paid me £1 million.